Richie Rich Show.
Yeah, don't worry about it. The business is going to be there. You know, we're going to power through it, and we thank you for choosing Prime. We really do.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Richie Rich here. Ones and twos, right? On this late night, I'm making a video. This is my first video of the new year. And I was looking at something, and I came across something that I didn't know. And it's about Prime, right? And I know I shouldn't be making Prime videos because I don't work for them anymore. But I was with Prime for the good and bad. And you guys, if you guys were my followers, you know that I experienced a lot of bad with Prime. From, when was it? March of this year, they canceled my contract. Dylan Childress canceled my contract on the A Fleet because I wouldn't drive into a snowstorm. It was a snowstorm that was coming across Amarillo in Oklahoma. And there was a lot of accidents on the road. I even believe there was a fatal accident because of the blizzard. And I told dispatch, said, listen, I can't go pick this load up. I got to wait. Well, he used that excuse to cancel my contract, which caused me financial distress, which kind of, affected my family. Another issue I had with Prime is Prime told me they certified a student to drive my truck. And what did that student do? What did that driver do? He goes up to North Dakota and he flips my truck on the Interstate 90 during the snow blizzard, which he could have lost his life. Thank God he didn't. But he totaled my truck, which left me about roughly $14,000 in the hole with Prime, to where I can't come back to work for them because they want that $14,000. The reason I'm talking about this, because I was looking online, and I had a thought to kind of not really expose these trucking company owners, but kind of talk about them, and you guys make a decision if you think they're good people or not. Now, listen, Prime is not a bad company, but their culture has definitely changed in the last few years. And what I saw tonight, right, kind of made my stomach turn a little bit. The reason I say that, because apparently during the worst trucking recession in American history, the owner of Prime, Robert Lowe, and his wife, LaWanda Lowe, decided to build a $25-30 million mega mansion with a horse track, a pond, and a massive property. And I'm trying to figure out, if I own a trucking company, right, and my drivers were barely able to make money. I mean, the Christmas bonus this year was pretty much garbage, It's these bonuses for the last couple of years have been just a draw. But if I own a trucking company and I have men and women out here sacrificing their lives to make sure my company is profitable, I don't know if I'd be publicly building a mega mansion. Okay. I don't know. I just think about the financial aspect of it, guys. And listen, I'm not hating on Robert Lowe or his wife. I mean, it's odd to me that somebody who's like 70 plus years old will want to build a mega mansion. I mean, when I put these pictures up, you're going to be astonished what it looks like. And I think he called it Primarta. Guys, correct me if I'm saying it wrong, but I think it's called Primarta. But it just made me feel that, I could have lost my life for a load. And there has been drivers who lost their life at Prime. There was a guy, you guys, I can't think of his name top of my head right now, and I'm sure you guys will leave it in the comment section. But there was a guy had who died in Eastern Maryland, and Prime couldn't even send out a search party for him, or even pay the police to do a search party. And the guy was only found about 25 feet from his truck. You know, they had another guy named Ernest. If you guys look at some of my history, my videos, I made videos about both these guys. But you had a guy named Ernest who was a rookie who was struggling to pay his bills. And he was facing an eviction. His lights were being turned off. And he was facing some hardship. And he couldn't make any money because Prime just wasn't running him. And he was starving. So he decided to run a load that he was tired. And he ended up crashing and dying, leaving behind a wife and a son and a newborn baby. You know, we're going into the year 2025, right? And capitalism is a motherfucker. It just is. It's a bitch. Because you got drivers out here losing their lives. And you got a guy building a mega mansion on a horse track. He treats his horses better than he treats his drivers. And I'm saying it with confidence. I mean, if you look at their stables, if you look at the horses he has, you know, if you look at the article, he even has a website called Primatara. And it just astonished me that how capitalism and how people just disregard other individuals' lives and livelihood for their own personal greed and gain. That's like, if you can put like a 7 deadly sins, that would be one of them where he's doing what he did, where he built a mega mansion. I, during a trucking recession. I don't know, fellas. I'm lost for words, and very rarely am I lost for words. And I'm not hating on Robert Lowe. I don't know the man. Heard all kind of stories about him, and I heard, you know, he was a good dude and all. But when it came down to, you know, I don't know. So you guys look at these pictures, and you get back to me in 2 seconds, I guess.
How many years have you been driving trucks?
About 27?
And how do you like it after 27 years?
I
Would you
hate it.
recommend it to others?
No.
No, you hate it?
Yeah.
What's the worst thing about
I
trucking?
don't make any money.
Really?
Always paycheck to paycheck.
So after 27 years, you haven't been able to really save a ton?
Nope.
What's the biggest challenge besides money with this lifestyle?
Dealing with traffic.
Traffic. You have family?
Yeah.
And how did they handle you being gone for all these years?
Oh, they're used to it.
They got used to it?
Yeah.
Would you have done it over again if you had the choice?
No.
No? What is your passion? What's your hobby? What makes you happy outside of
I
trucking?
like to go hunting and fishing.
I'm fishing.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Cornell, Illinois.
Okay. And any places to hunt and fish around your house?
If you,
What's the most beautiful place you've been?
probably there's a canyon out in Arizona that you drive through on Highway 60.
Sounds beautiful. Any New Year's resolutions?
No.
Any big dreams in your life?
No.
What's the plan? What's next?
Just live till I die.
Keith, it was very nice meeting you. Happy holidays to you. All the best to you and your family. We really appreciate your time.
Since you have owner-operator experience, tell us what's the difference between being an owner-op now and when you were one?
When I was an owner-operator, we made money. But now, you're fighting to make the money. Freight rates ain't nowhere near what they were when I was owner-operator. We were getting to go east to west, $10,000, $15,000 a load. West back to east, $18,000 to $20,000. Now they're wanting you to do it $5,000, $6,000 to run from New York to L.A. Shit, you eating that all up in fuel.
Yeah.
And
What about the expenses?
expense, yeah, you got, if you blow a tire, $400, $500, $600. You got to get a PM done, $700, $800, because y'all got to use that synthetic oil now for the newer trucks. You're eating your profits up.
Yeah.
But back when I was owner-op, I was taking $4,000 or $5,000 home a week after.
Hey, I'm back. So I just uploaded that. Did y'all see that? The pictures in the video. I'm not hating on Robert Lowe or any business owner in America. I don't know. How do y'all feel about it? You know, like, have you ever been in a situation where you worked every day for hours at a time, weeks at a time, just to bring home no paycheck or $300 paycheck? You know, I was a part of that Prime Uncensored group, and I saw a whole bunch of guys posting their paychecks this past Friday for the holiday. And I saw a guy post a paycheck for like $104. I think the guy posted a paycheck for $1.40. And you know, it's crazy. You know, you work hard and you sacrifice yourself and your life to fulfill another guy's dream. And I think that should probably make a lot of people sick to their stomach. You know, when I sit here and think about what I was doing for the trucking industry, how I made a lot of people rich, you know, just about my labor and time. While this guy gets to go ride his horses, or he gets to vacation in Jamaica, or he gets to fly around the world on my sweat. That's something that I'm starting to realize, you know, I'm starting to realize, like, wow, you know, like, I really was somebody slaving. I was a slaver, running my, you know, being a slave. You know, it's crazy because months ago I made a video about guys who boast about having 1 million safe miles and 3 million safe miles driving. They, you know, even at Prime, they got a wall dedicated to million-mile drivers and stuff like that. But with everything, there's always a hidden agenda with it. And the hidden agenda is the industry promotes that, but I guarantee you half the guys' faces up there, they don't even have $1 million in the bank. Okay? I feel like if you drove 1 million safe miles or 3 million safe miles, that you should have $1 million in the bank or $3 million in the bank or more in assets. But it's a joke, you know, it's and for some of you guys who are watching my channel, I want you to think about, be a deep thinker of what I'm saying. Because I know a lot of you guys are probably like, oh, Richard, you're just hating on Robert Lowe. But no, I want you to listen to what I'm saying to you. You know, it's the same thing with DOT and same thing with everything goes out here in this country. Like for instance, they promote, what's it, the Blitz Week, to make sure drivers are in check, but we all know it's a revenue generator. Okay, but they call it in the name of safety, but it really isn't. It's about how much money they can rack up. It's the same thing with these safety bullshit awards they stick on Prime's wall. You know, this guy here did 1,000,000 miles from me here. He's made me probably 2, 3 million, $4 million, and he doesn't have. I bet you he doesn't have shit. And this is the biggest joke. This is the biggest laugh. That's the problem I have with these mega carriers. That's the problem I have with trucking in general. Okay, it's the false facade of you working for somebody, running your ass off, running 600, 700 miles a day, being that super trucker for a corporation, only to be left in the dust, only to be fulfilling somebody else's dream. That's the issue that I have. That's the issue I have with Swift. That's the issue I have with BLC. That's the issue I have with Prime. The issue I have with Stevens Transport. Oh yeah, this is our boy. Yeah, this is our man. It's good old boy. When I cut in on Mavic Transportation, firing that rookie. Oh yeah, the safety guy. Yo, that's our boy. He's cutting the slack for us. Listen, man. I don't know. It just blew my mind to see that, because he decided to build that during the worst trucking recession in his company, where a lot of drivers' families were starving, where a lot of drivers couldn't make money to put food on their table. Okay? Doesn't sit right with me. Doesn't sit right with me at all. It's the exploitation of people that don't sit right with me, for other people's gains. So yeah, I decided to make a video and talk about Robert Lowe, but he won't be the only one I'll be talking about either. And I just want this industry to be woken up and changed, to where the person who does the labor the most makes the most money. Okay? Doesn't make sense to me that we're making everybody else rich, but the individual who's actually doing the labor. That's an issue to me. Okay? And this is why I created this channel, and this is why I speak up and say something. Okay? Because it doesn't make sense to give 30 and some guys 40 years of their lives and barely have any money to retire. Okay? This trucking thing is a use you situation. And I guess Robert Lowe figured out how to use people and make them feel good. It reminds me of a movie quote. Or how can I say this? Like a really good used car salesman, right? Who's able to sell seawater to a whale while he's in the ocean. Make him feel really good. Oh yeah, this is the best seawater we have in town, sir. Yeah, right there. This is the freshest seawater. Nobody's ever swam in it ever. And the whale trying to buy it. So, it's I don't know, y'all. I'm that's basically what Prime and most of these mega carriers are. Good used car salesmen. And they trap truck drivers there, and they exploit you and suck all the juice out of you. And then when they're done, just disregard it. This guy stuck cameras in your trucks. Didn't care about your wife's privacy or your husband's privacy. Only care about his bottom dollar. I don't know if it just doesn't. It just gives me a bad taste. Okay, and I don't know, fellas or ladies. We're coming into this year, 2025. This is why I tell you guys, don't work too hard during the holidays. Go home and spend time with your families. Okay? Go see your parents. Go to the doctors. Get yourself checked out. Make sure you're healthy. Don't be working hard and not fulfilling your dream, but somebody else's dream. Okay, another guy's dream. I can't, that's why years ago I stopped working on holidays. I make sure I'm parked and I'm home. I used to be very dedicated to go running hard and working the holidays, but why would I do that for another guy who's home having a catered event at his mega mansion, looking at his race horses running around the track? Okay, who's not even decent enough to give me a bonus for doing it. I have to do a lottery for a bonus, you know, that I'm not going to get. So, a guy that I was willing to risk my life to pick up a load in a blizzard, and because I didn't do it, he canceled my contract and caused me and my family to go through financial disheartening, disrepair, because I need to get that load so he can buy feed to feed his horses. You treat his animals better than you treat you drivers. And you prime guys are so sold on that. I don't know, y'all. The American corporation has really changed. The American dream has really just been exploited. And that's what it is. It's based on exploitation. If I can exploit you and making you feel good, see, that's the secret to exploitation. Now I'm going to take your resources, which is time, energy, health, financial resources, but I'm gonna make you good, make you feel good, like I'm doing you a favor. See, some of you guys who are deep thinkers on my channel would know exactly what I am saying. Okay, it's the rouge, it's the rouge. It's, hey, make him feel good. Give him a placard from million mile driver, a diamond driver. Give her a placard. She's one of my diamond girls. She's one of my workhorses. While he's driving away on this Rolls Royce, going to his $30 million mansion. When it's just him and his wife in a mega mansion. What do they do? Sleep in different rooms every night? When you guys saw the pictures, it's incredible. Okay, it makes no sense for anybody in this country to have a house that big. It doesn't. What sense does it make to be 70 something years old and have a house that you? So what's he gonna do? Put a handicap wheelchair lift in that bitch to get upstairs? Infinity pools, 2 houses on the property, a racetrack for horses, a racetrack, and he's guys. Well, anyway, listen. Happy New Year to all my Richie Guys fans. I appreciate you guys. Listen to me on here. I appreciate your energies. I just want you guys to go into 2025 and think of yourselves, okay? Because these companies are surely not. They're just exploiting us, okay? And when they're done with us, they throw us away, okay? They do. I don't know. Peace and love. Until next time.